It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Anders Carlson has this teed up, ready to get started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. Hurts throwing right away. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
Here's 2nd and 7. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Hurts to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield? Great, set.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing, but to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
They're going to line up to go for this on fourth down. Rodgers stays on the field. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the fourth down play doesn't work. And the Eagles defense able to hold. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now a 2nd and 10. Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Hurts sets up to throw it. This one complete down the field to Goddard. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. He got 29 yards that time. We're scoreless after one. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
No touch it. No touch.
They'll run wide side here with Barkley. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Hassan Reddick coming through with a stop there and a tackle for loss to boot.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Again, it's Barkley. He goes, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley taking it in from 24 yards out. And the Eagles post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. Oh, they pitch to the tight end. It's a fake. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go around. 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers. Caught. It's Wilson. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 42. And again, it's Rodgers. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams. 2nd and 6. Now it's Rodgers. And it's complete to Adams. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. It's Davante Adams hauling it in from Aaron Rodgers. And the Jets are back within a couple of the lead. And the kick is no good. How about that? He misses on the extra point, and the score holds at 8-6. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And a good kick pays off as he's only able to get this out past the 10-yard line. Offense set to go. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6.
And this play's still live. He faked the spike, going to throw it. And that is going to wind up incomplete. So they try to hit him with something you don't see too often, but it doesn't work out.
I guess it's time to date myself a little bit because I remember Dan Marino running a similar play to this on a Monday night game against the Jets way back when. He's going to fake the spike and hope that the defense lets its guard down, but they were alert there, and this ends up incomplete.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Great, set.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. Now Rodgers. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with a 2-point lead in hand, they may not do anything too aggressive here. This one goes out wide for Barkley. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down. Play action. Here's Hurts. That one complete down the field to Smith. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and that will keep this a 2-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And from this spot, oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Adams. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Throwing is Rodgers. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Rodgers now to throw. That'll be caught right side by the rookie receiver. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 35. Rodgers going to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. From the 32-yard line now, here's a second down and 6. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Throwing now is Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
They'll bring out Anders Carlson now to try the field goal. From the right hash, this from 48. This has neither the distance nor the accuracy. It's good. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Great. Set. Elton.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley.
They'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
First carry for Kenneth Gainwell.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Elton, set.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we play.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Elton, set. Elton.
Throwing is Hurts. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because you know the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. And he caught it, just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. It's that second part that finished off the play for him.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
They go play action with Hurts.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT.
And the Jets are right back in this football game.
A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. So after the INT, it's Rodgers.
That one taken in by Corley.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Hall.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Here's Hall again.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall.
A 12-yard touchdown run.
And the Jets have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 5.
So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. This going to be returned from the 2. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
No touch it. No touch.
They begin with a run by Barkley.
Well, as far as plays go, there's nothing to write home about on that one because that one gets some negative yardage. But if you do want to find a positive, he found a way to get out of bounds and stop the clock.
Here's 2nd down.
He's back to throw. And his throw is incomplete. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long.
Back to throw.
And that's complete to Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
They'll look to throw. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the fourth.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
This is 1st and 10.
Great. Set. No touch.
Back to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is
The fuck out of here, you cheeser.
picked off by the linebacker.
Fucking bum.